What's your name?
Don't film me.
Too late.
I'm a wanted man.
You're wanted in the USA or only in Canada?
I don't know. Indiana wants me.
Indiana wants you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is me, and I got my new load of tribodyn oil in it. So if anybody wants some tribodyn oil, I got some new stuff in. Here's some real thick shit for 4-speed Harleys. So Alan's going to help today. He's sleeping over there.
We start early here at Tatro Machine.
4 o'clock. Perfect. So this is the tribodyn. Where's the other tribodyn? This is the old tribodyn over here. This is crap. This is the diesel oil here, but got some of the other junk over there and over there. I got oil all over the place around here. Anyway, this is the if you need some new oil, this is the latest stuff that came in. So we got some new stuff in, which is this Jap bike oil over here, brand new product. Here, Alan, you're in charge of holding that. So this is your motorcycle transmission, full synthetic. This is for Jap bikes or anything that has a clutch in it in the motor oil. So that's basically not Harleys, but it's European stuff, and your Japanese bikes all take this. So that's a brand new product that just came out with it. The old stuff for the Harleys is this stuff here.
What are we talking price-wise?
I don't know, you have to go to the website.
Okay, just asking. Because the first thing somebody's going to want to know is how much?
It used to be 19 bucks a quart.
Do you think it went up?
I think it's the same price, but I haven't looked yet.
All right, how do we justify 19 bucks a quart?
But that'll change over the years as the videos get older. So this is the what I use for the Harleys and on my race bike. Works really good.
Synthetic blend. Why do you like synthetic blend as opposed to full synthetic? Where do you differentiate?
That's the only one he makes.
Okay.
The full synthetic is for the Jap bike.
Okay, well that's what they're going to want to know.
There's the one you use.
Yeah, I use that in my van. I like it.
How many miles per gallon you
It's
gain?
not cheap. Well, couple of 3. I don't notice any difference in the temperature. I don't have oil temp.
Yeah.
I've got just radiator temp.
Yeah, well, you're a diesel truck, so anyway, that's what you got on that. This is the brand new gear oil. They got a couple new gear oils out. They got that's down here.
Okay, so tell the public what they're going to gain by spending big money for motor oil.
So this is limited slip gear oil for cars. Anything that has a clutch in it, but that means you can also use it in a Sportster. So I'm going to try this in my Sportster race bike. That's the next oil I'm going to play with.
Okay.
For the regular bikes, we have the 140 weight over here. We have the 75 140, which is what I use in the 6-speed Harleys because it really makes the transmissions work nice and eliminates a lot of clunking noise in there.
Okay.
It's a nice thick oil. The old containers are the ones over there. See those tall, skinny containers?
Yeah.
Those are the old ones. There's a 75-90 for like Evo 5-speed bikes, lighter trannies. And then the brand new one they got out is this one here, which is 250 weight, straight weight. So I got this to put in the old 4-speed Harleys.
What's EP mean?
Extra protection, probably.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right, so tell the folks.
So anyway, this is a nice thick oil. They use this in pro mods and stuff like that for drag cars, alcohol dragsters and stuff like that. Anything that will use some kind of a transmission with a gear style train, like a Liberty 5-speed or something like that.
Okay.
That's what this stuff is for. But this should work good in the old 4-speeds because it's really nice and thick and it should stay inside there. Most everything else you can use is 75 140 in it. This would be good for like rock crawlers and stuff like that. If you really want to get a high power rock crawler, you use something like this because it's straight weight. It's always there. This is for something that's more drivable. Like I said, this is for the limited slip applications, stuff like that. You can also use their supercharger oil. They have a straight 50 weight, and then they also have the 75-90 gear oil you can use in your supercharger. It makes them run a lot better. A lot of stuff like that. Anyway, the bikes, I use this one here. We just ran this in a military bike here last weekend. Put that in there. It doesn't make that clunking noise in the lower end anymore.
Oh, really?
So I have to rebuild my motor now.
Yeah, okay.
So this is the pistons out of a couple of my race bikes. So this one here, I had the Maxima in it. And I ran the bike, I overheated it. They held me on the starting line. This is out of a Buell Blast 500, which is basically a 1200 motor, more or less. This is a real high compression piston. This is and my bike is 12 to 1. It's more like a 13 to 1 piston, but I have extra deep valve pockets coming here for my big ass cams. You can still see how the valve hits on a little bit. Put that on the edge. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like a valve was hitting on a little bit. Getting friendly with it. But anyway, they held me in the line for like 10 minutes, and the Buell is up inside the gas tank. You can't see the motor. So I didn't know how hot it was. When I took off, it was making a weird rattling noise. I didn't know what it was. I guess it was pinging. And so I got about 4/10 of a mile on the track, and it quit running on me for some reason. Might have been a little warm. So that's what a normal seizure does. It locks up. When you start sticking on the side here, that means you're overheated. So basically it quit running. Okay, this piston came out of my single. So this is on a 60% nitromethane. It was a touch lean, so the dome is kind of gone.
That material went out through the tailpipe, right?
Yeah, it's called burning aluminum. So
That's pretty hot.
it was warm.
Doesn't that nitromethane, though, cool it down?
Not on the inside of the motor. It keeps the outside cool, but not the inside. Is there a difference?
Yeah, a lot of that piston went away,
Yeah, it was a little lean.
and it was still running.
So I went 1.3 miles on that thing, shooting ducks all the way on the track. And at the finish line, it started slowing down on me at the end. You know, last 150 feet, 100 feet or so, it started nosing over, which means it was pretty much like this bike. It was getting ready to just go stop, move, stop. So it was slowing down. So it had enough. But it still got me through the finish line. So I went 6 miles an hour faster than I've ever gone on a bike. I went 131 miles an hour on that piston.
So what do you attribute that to, though?
So the tribodyn made it live. So you can see how it was seasoned a little bit. Not much. You can see how the molten aluminum was blowing down to here and getting down to where it would start to season. Sticking. Basically, it's contamination going in and getting in between the skirt and the piston here.
Wow.
This is what's causing the seize, because you got this molten aluminum blowing down from the top. That's what caused a lot of these problems. And you can see it was all coming down. And you can see how it seized more on the side because the piston was so stinking hot. They start out like this, then they go around, and they go like that when they get real hot. They start sticking on the sides over here.
How hot does it have to be to melt aluminum?
Aluminum melts in the 12s, 1200s, low 13, depending on the alloys and stuff. So, anyway, you can see how the inside, the oil didn't really burn on the inside too much at all, even though it was really hot. You know the piston was warm because it was melting the damn thing. But the biggest thing is, it got me to the finish line, because it did this for 1.3 miles. This one went 4/10, I was parked. So probably about 3/10 of a mile it was done. This one here got me all the way to the finish line, running good speed too. As fast as the bike's gone with this combination. But the biggest thing is, you can see how rough this is here. It's all torn up metal. This here, you don't see all the torn up metal. You can see it's smooth. See the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Nice and smooth. It's like it's run for a while like this, but this is how it looked after it was seized. See, it's just nice and it's pretty smooth in there. You don't even feel these. You can see them, but you don't feel them. And the cylinder, instead of being all galled up and stuck, it was nice and smooth like this is. So I actually put another piston in the motor, made another run without doing anything. I actually took the rings off this piston, put them in that second piston, and made another pass. And it ran fine. There was no oil on top of the dome on either pistons. It ran good. So the tribodyn protected the motor. It basically puts a nice boundary layer of material between the two alloys.
So you're a believer.
And it lets the oil do its job, and then when the oil fails, it's got its own protective layer in there, which also cuts down friction, makes things shift easier and all that.
So for the regular rider, though, you're getting endurance out of it.
You're getting deterrence.
You're looking for instant.
You're dropping temperature. If you drive hard, let's say you're hauling ass down the freeway, and you're trying to outrun your buddy or the cops. Shit like this happens. You go into detonation, start seizing, and you're done. Next thing you're coasting down the road. So this came out of a customer's bike that was all blown out there hot dogging on the freeway. So it stops a lot of this kind of stuff like this from happening, because I was doing the same thing basically here. It was dead lean. I mean, it was not lean. Yeah, this was dead lean. But the same thing, when you're running wide open throttle, a lot of bikes will run lean or get into detonation. When you got this much heat in the chamber, there's detonation going on. That's what's causing this. All this ruffling looks like that's detonation causing this problems. If it was just melting, it would just kind of roll down, but this is from detonation doing that. So it stopped a lot of this kind of problems. You know, this piston here would probably you would have some damage like mine over there, but it would have lived. It would have got him down the road further. You know, instead of having these protective coatings on here like these moly coats are, these are supposed to protect you, but most of them are just show. They wear off pretty quickly. You know, this one here, I don't think this is too old. I didn't have it on this one.
So, but if you got moly coat and tribodyn,
it works
you
even
got
better.
a good combination.
Most of these moly coats come right off. They're only for braking, which means they're gone at about 20 miles.
All right, but nonetheless,
This was an uncoated piston. It was this piston right here stuck in the bike and run. That's what this piston was. This has one run on it. This got 1.3 miles on this piston.
And it looked like that other one there?
It was like this when I started, and it looked like this when I was done. I put this piston in the bike the night before.
Oh, brother.
That's one run. So we're hard on parts around here. But the
Well,
thing is, the
you
piston
are.
lived. Yeah, the thing is the piston lived. That's the biggest thing. The oil did its job. It protected it. And I was using the blend. This one over here is what I had on the bike. Now this new oil right now, this is even better than what I had on the bike. He's got this the latest mixture. It's got more of the good stuff in it, and he's been upping the quantities of the good stuff. This was with the old stuff in there. This is last year's oil. This oil here was just mixed here last month, so it's got the latest greatest stuff on it.
All right, and this is all available on our website.
Yeah,
and we'll send it right out.
Yeah, I got lots of different oils floating around here.
Okay, well.
So there's a whole list of stuff. If you want more information, you can go on the website. Next, I got a whole pallet full I just got in.
Where's this company out of? They don't sell to the public, is that correct, though?
Yeah, they go to the website. Here's their website right here. Turn off the light. So if you want to get more information, you go to the website right here. This is their website. You click on these different tests. Here's a test right here. Here's that same test right here. This is a tribodyn pressure testing. They're way up here. You know, here's some, here's that test right here. How come it's not open? There it is. This is a test they did a couple years ago. This is your engine oil, it's 530. Here's some diesel oil. This is the motorcycle I've been using. And this is your gear oil. So these are the different vendors they were playing around with. So you can see here on the gear oil how much better they are. Looks like Redline's pretty good. It's right next to it. Motul. It's right here. See, that's Motul. This is Maxima, which is I use. I use Maxima. I love Maxima oil. It's great stuff. Yeah, now it's dark again. This is my regular oil, and then I use tribodyn for the next grade up. Those are two oils I stock. And I use the BR driven for the break-in on my new motors. You know, they got gas out of it. For assembly lube, I use the Torco assembly lube. Been using that for 50 years. It's good stuff, but I sell the Maxima for normal people, and then the high-end stuff you put in the better oil, or after you break the motor in a little bit. Now the new test they had was this test here. This one here is, this was a doctorate study in oil. They did a bunch of oil testing. They did like 500 different tests. So these are street oils. So this is all European grade oils, and they used the Maxima, and obviously you can see how these are all pretty much all the same. And then, oh, there's tribodyn's way the hell over here. Not even close. This was on their 530 oil, which is, well, like I use this in my car here. So 530 is like this one. This one's a 1030. Here's a 520. Yeah, they got the Chevy oils up in here too. They make all that stuff. I got some of that stuff too. Anyway, this is the racing oils down here, which is what I care about. So here's all your different brands of oil they tested. You know, there's a lot of European brands in here, but there are American ones in here. So, but when you get up to the good stuff up in here, I don't know what this thing is, a European oil. But then you got the, there's your Amsoil Dominator, Royal Purple, HP3, XPR I mean. And then you got the 2050 blend that I use. And you can see how the tribodyn's way to hell over here. Royal Purple tested pretty good, surprisingly. And then the Amsoil is right here, which is always supposed to be a pretty good oil, but it's lacking a little bit, obviously, on the graft. But they also did a dyno test where they actually put the oil into a car and ran it, and they tested better on that too. They took the 5 best oils and ran on an actual real-world tested on a turbocharged Supra or something. And they picked up a couple of horsepower and foot-pounds of torque, and the motor ran cooler with the tribodyn in it. So that's the biggest thing. These are a bunch of other tests they have. Different ways of measuring the test quality. But anyway, it's all, they all test out pretty good, but my test is what I run at my race bike. That's the test I care about. Real world. Real world is right here. You got me to the finish line, and I can put this piston right back in. It's not warped or anything. The wrist pin slides back and forth. There's nothing wrong with the ring lands. I just took it out because I figured it was junk. It isn't. I could have just put the damn motor right back together and made another pass. So it is slightly lower compression now, though. But,
Yeah, because some of the top of the piston went out through the tail.
but I do have a nice aluminum sprayed coated exhaust pipe now.
Mm-hmm.
So of course
They call that metal spray.
metal spray, yes. But I've already had that before anyway. So anyway, we got all these new oils we're gonna try out here. And like I said, I got this limited slip stuff, so I can put it in my cars now, my old hot rod Dodges and stuff, my Super B. I can do stuff like that now. And then you got the regular oils if you want regular stuff. Like I said, these are the regular oils over here. Like I said, that's more than 140. But every one of these boxes has a different stuff. If you got an automatic transmission, like Alan is doing his truck, you got this one right here, which is the ATF. Here's your ATF. So this has all the good stuff in this one too, which should make the transmission work better and shit smoother, but it'll also protect it so it won't burn it up. So if you have a lot of problems like your tail shaft bushings are getting all worn out and your drive shaft being in wrong, stuff like that, abusing your vehicle, your torque converter where the gets all blown up on high horsepower cars, this will help it live, stuff like that. So anyway, all of this stuff is high-end stuff, so it works good. It's not cheap, it's not the most expensive, but you get what you pay for. And the biggest thing is you can run twice as far in your oil changes, so that cuts the oil price in half, so now you're cheaper than a lot of the oils on the market, or at least competitive with them, even though it's a better product, but it makes it up in time. You're doing, what, 10,000 on your motor changes? Oil
Yes,
change?
10,000.
You know, on his diesel. So, me, I'm doing 5,000 on my cars. I'm using the 1030 up there. And my Cadillac, got that one right there in there. And I'm doing 5,000 mile changes on that. I could probably go to 10 if I wanted to, but I don't like to. I like getting the oil out and getting all the crap out. Even though the oil's still good, you get the contamination out of the vehicle. So, anyway, that's how that all goes. Somebody wants me. Now, if you want to get the oil from me, you can go to my website, which is over here. Right here, which is tatrimachine.com. Right up in here. And you can also buy other stuff. Now, if you don't know how to get to tatrimachine.com, for me, you just go in the address bar and put in Tatro. And for me, it comes right up. And it takes you right to my website. And of course, you got oil right there, you got t-shirts, all that crap like that, so you can get that on there. The t-shirt department's right behind Alan there.
And no hats yet, though.
No hats.
But we do have hoodies.
We do have hoodies. We do have t-shirts, some of them. Look at that down in there.
You don't have no light on either.
There's t-shirts in there. There's no light.
Yep, let there be light.
Let there be light. Oh well, figure it out. But anyway, you can go to the website and you can get the oil from there from me. I got all the different oils up here listed. So they're all over the place. So I can drop ship the stuff from the manufacturer to you. If you're back east, they're back east, so it cuts the shipping time down. If you're in California, I can ship it from here. So, but anyway, you can get it pretty easily. So it's not hard to come by. If you don't get it from me, then get it from somebody else. But, you know, of course, I like selling oil too. So So there you go. So what are you gonna put in your 45, Alan?
The good stuff.
The good stuff. Which one?
That
The
full synthetic.
the brand new 250.
Yeah.
We're gonna try that out.
Oh, okay, in the trans, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
We're gonna experiment on your bike,
Well, we're building a 4-speed for yours too.
and we'll put this in the motor.
Okay.
Work good on my bike. Should work good in your bike.
Why? But again, those synthetic blend. Why do we go synthetic blend?
Because they don't make that in a full synthetic.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. Gotcha.
The base oil in this blend is actually better than a lot of the synthetics are.
Okay.
But like on the diesel guys, the tractor pull guys, they don't like the full synthetic diesel oil. Now this is 540. This is for the newer vehicles. This one here is the older one. If you got something with higher mileage on it, or something that's an older truck, you can run the 1540 in it. And you can, this is the full synthetic variation of it, but you can also get the synthetic blended version of it. Is this one. It's the same looking label, but this is full synthetic, and this one here is synthetic blend. So what this does is the molecules are longer, bigger molecules, the strands of the molecules. So this doesn't leak as much on this one. And the diesel guys like it, or the racing ones like it because it seems to give them a little bit better reliability, I guess you'd call it. That's what they're claiming. But yeah, they both work, so I don't know. It's pretty much whichever one they use. But they're tearing the motors apart after a season of tractor pulling. The motors still look new inside, so you put them back together and run them for another season. So it works pretty good. It also makes a little bit more horsepower because it has less drag in it. But if you get low on, if you get out of tune or something, you don't have problems like this anymore. You have problems like this where it keeps right on running. You wouldn't even know it was doing this unless you looked in it. So it's just cheap protection, but you can buy it just because it gets better fuel mileage and the motor runs cooler. Like on a twin cam motor, Harley, where they're really hot on your legs, you put this in there, it'll drop the temperature a lot. You can actually sit on the bike at a stoplight and not burn your legs anymore. So I sell this a lot for the street guys because it just for temperature drop. The fact that the bike runs better and gets better mileage, they don't seem to care too much. It's just they're not burning their damn legs when they're sitting on a bike. But the thing is, it's protecting the motor too. It's you're getting this protection right here that really makes it worth it. But unless you're having a problem down the road, you don't know about this kind of protection. It's just doing it. So it's a side benefit. It's a nice benefit. But oh well. All right, so there you go. So if you need some oil, give me a call.